Welcome to the Budget Buoy Benefits and Basics video. This video is an introduction to and the first tutorial for Budget Buoy. After installation, pause the video to follow along step by step. The first thing to do is name your budget and look at some other location parameters. Let's get started. On the menu bar at the top, click on Utilities. There are several useful programs here, but for now, click on Location Parameters. Here you can customize the title of your budget. I'm going to call it My Budget. Data locations allow for additional unique budgets. Leave them as they are for now. Set Maximize to Yes if you are using a laptop or just want to use a full screen. Save the changes and click Next. This second location contains the budget examples. These examples illustrate the options that can help set up your budget. Note the data locations are different for the budget examples. I'll maximize this screen too, then save and click Next. In this third location, you could set up new files to teach your kids how to budget. I'll just exit. Click on the budget name to cycle through the locations and reset the screen size. Click until you see My Budget again. This first screen in Budget Buoy is the category summary display. With the cursor in the category table, a message indicates Table 921 contains the 6 categories listed. Let's take a look. On the menu bar at the top, click on Budget Tables. Select either of the table entries options. Enter Table 921. There are 7 budget categories listed. Charitables was not on the category summary display. We can include it by clicking Line 2, then in the lower left, click Modify Entry To. Note the order is 99. In many budget tables, an order of 99 causes the entry to be inactive as a default on displays and reports. Let's change it to 07, save, and exit. Check order numbers to make sure they are all unique. If not, one or the other will not appear on the category summary display. Exit the table display. See that Charitables now appears 7th on the category summary display. Set up your bank by clicking Table Entries again, using 923 for the table number. To add an entry to any table, click on the column Titles row, then click where the lower left button now says Add New Entry. The table element entry display contains the name of each field in a table element and a definition of that element's parameters. Field account is 3 uppercase letters and is mandatory. I'm using YBN as the code. For your bank name, the description field is 25 alphanumeric characters, also mandatory. Put zeros through the balance fields and last update as they will be valued in a future lesson. The default bank is set to the same 3-letter code when the bank is the default or most active bank account. Yes, there are validations for entries. Make order 1, type C, which table 931 describes as checking, and change check required to no, as check numbers are not used very much anymore. Enter the minimum balance if it will save you from paying maintenance fees to your bank. The last 2 fields, last reconned for reconciled and balance forward, are no longer used. As always, save and exit. Your bank name is now displayed. This is cool. Minimize the display and move the screen to the left. Click and hold on the right-hand frame of the screen and drag it to the right until all table columns are in view, so it's easy to see all entries. Note that the order number 1 is now used in 2 banks. Click on Bank CK1 to modify Entry 2. Set the order of Bank CK1 to 99 so that it is inactive. Save and exit. Again, cycle through the locations to display the changes made to the bank table. Bank code YBN, your bank name, is now at the top of the bank display. With no balance and the minimum balance set, an error will be displayed. You can scroll to look at all the active banks. A general note: to acknowledge messages and resume seeing prompts, click on the message line. Click the budget title to switch locations to the budget examples. In general, when navigating any Budget Buoy display, prompt messages appear that change with the cursor position. In the budget period date, you could left-click for a previous month. For now, right-click for a future month to enter some income estimates. The Income and Banking category is used for taxable income. Income adjustments can include transfers of money from one bank to another and other income that is not taxable, such as refund or insurance reimbursements. To enter deposit estimates, click on Income and Banking. The Category Details Entry program is designed for 2 pay periods per month. Activity is specific to the first half or second half of the month, corresponding to the Table 922 entry, 1st or 15th. If you get paid weekly, click on the open row at the bottom of the display. Right-click for a sub-selected Table 922 list of the Income and Banking category. Double left-click the Job Number 2 line to select it. When you save the estimates, the pay periods will be grouped together. For that odd 5th check that is sometimes received, repeat the process to add a sequence 3 for the income item. 0 either the first half or the second half estimate amount. Save and exit. Note the deposit estimate amounts are updated, as are the bank balances. Left-click the budget date to return to the current budget period so we can look at some example deposits. Select the Income and Banking category again. To enter or review income or expense activity on the Category Details entry screen, click the Amount column for the applicable half of the month. This job is set up so only the net pay amount is entered for deposit. If the default amount in Table 922 is exact, you may only have to change the deposit date or the paycheck date, especially for weekly paychecks, before you save. Click Exit. Example job number 2 details payroll deductions. In Table 922, you'll still enter the paycheck amount as the deposit estimate amount to budget. Enter the gross earnings and what is deducted to result in the net pay. Table 925 contains the details identified in the group code in the column heading. Follow the examples to add deductions to the table or deactivate entries using the order field. Exit back to the category summary display. There are similar options for the Mortgage, Rent, and Loans category. Click on it. If you choose, you can track details about how your mortgage or loan amount is reached by noting individual amounts for principal, interest, insurance, and escrow. These amounts are then summarized in displays and on reports. Another choice is to enter the loan payment amount similar to any expense, such as rent. Note that each example uses a different program. Return to the category summary display. Look at credit cards in the Other Miscellaneous category. On the Category Details entry display, clicking column 3, Budget Item Title, allows charges to be entered. Click on Credit Card 2. Add a new charge to the open line at the bottom of the left-hand display. Charges can be broken into individual detail groups for expense breakdown summary, a good way to know where and how much money is being spent. Credit card activity is important to track to keep your budget's monthly ending balance accurate so you know what you have left to spend. Look at how entering charges this month can affect next month's ending balance. In the upper right corner is the last payment date. Next to that date is the credit card statement closing date. The closing date day in this example is the 3rd day of the month. At the bottom left above the Save button, totals for charges due this billing cycle and charges due next month are $55.50 and $251.25, respectively. Returning to the Category Details entry screen, the $55.50 is the amount due in this month. Returning to the Category Summary to advance to the next month, the Category Details entry screen credit card estimate shows the $251.25 amount. Return to the Category Summary display. Uh-oh, looks like the ending balance for next month is already in the red. How to estimate credit card payments to fit available funds will be presented in a future video. Time to look at how utility estimates are entered. Click on Utilities. If you're all electric, you can easily remove the gas company. Exit the Category Details entry screen without saving. Use the budget tables as with tables 921 and 923. Table 922 contains the defaults for all income and expense categories. Note the category code from Table 921 in the first column. Tap to the Sub-Select Entry field and enter a U, or scroll down the screen until you see the utilities. Click on Column 1 to sub-select a category. Click the gas company line and modify Entry 2. Set the order field to 99 to deactivate the gas company expense. Next, starting with the field titled first, clear the next three fields and enter zeros to the amount, which is the default estimate amount. You could delete the table entry, but that could cause a data anomaly error to occur. A future lesson will present how to check for inactive, unused entries so a table cleanup can happen properly. Here is more general information about field documentation in tables. For a highlighted row, right-clicking in column 1, the field title column, displays a description for that field. The field titled Order is described here. You can read an explanation on why 99 is an important order number to be aware of. Exit the documentation display and save the gas company entry. Exit back to the full table and note the gas company is 99 and at the bottom of the list. Exit and then click on Utilities again. With the gas company gone, save these default amounts. Note the totals at the bottom and exit. Utility estimate amounts for the first and second half of the month are now displayed, and the status on the right indicates estimates are entered. The ending balance at the bottom for the applicable bank is also adjusted. If future budgets are entered, they will be adjusted accordingly so you can plan ahead. Return to the current month budget examples. On the menu bar at the top, click on Displays. Each display offers options for analyzing your budget. For example, the check register gives you an actual ending balance. Expenses are summarized on the category summary display, but you might want a more detailed cross-category expense breakdown. Click on the Expense by Breakdown group display. Select an expense group by entering a code, or select a code through lookup to analyze those expenses for that budget period. You can change the budget date to start a display either at the month or year level. Look at last month's expenses for a single month, or look at an entire year's expenses, or compare last year to this year for a specific month. The average amount at the bottom can be useful in setting estimate defaults in Table 922. By selecting an expense detail code, you can also summarize detailed expenses within the group. Go to Budget Tables and click Table Entries with Sub-Select to look at the tables. Table 926 is for expense detail groups, which are then used in Table 927. Set up category groups and details that cross categories for your car or home maintenance projects. Finally, in Table 922, the default expense breakdown code from Table 927 is assigned to and shared by expenses. Detailed expense breakdowns also appear on monthly and year-to-date expense reports. View the graphics on the Budget Reports menu. By following these examples, you should now be able to set up your budget estimates. And here's a report that can help. On the menu bar at the top, click on Reports and then Budget Reports. The Budget Estimate Worksheet is a printout of estimates entered for a month. Page 2 provides a space to write down credit card charges until you enter them. And now, more general information. Documentation can be accessed through the $ in the lower right corner. A click suggests checking the question mark after the report name. In addition to a general description, some features are presented through graphics. This is what the Budget Estimate Worksheet looks like. Return to the Category Summary display. Click on the $ in the lower right corner. Now click the Graphic button to see more about how this program uses the tables. This graphic explains where a bank's beginning balance is entered and how to set the current date for the first time for when you start balancing your budget. Graphics for the entry programs and reports can easily be reviewed as you're getting started. You've seen the options. Decide what you want Budget Buoy to analyze for you. To avoid surprises, look at past receipts to find those bills that only come once in a while. Take your time. Budget Buoy does not require an internet connection, only a means to download the install file to a Windows computer for installation. None of your data is kept in the cloud. You must do your own file backups. There is no protection against hacking in Budget Buoy, but there are no account numbers as it is not a bill payment app. If the computer you're using is cut off from the internet, there is very little risk. You must decide for yourself what is acceptable. I'll be doing an installation video next. It will include a link to download the install file. If you're interested, please subscribe to know when it becomes available. Thanks for watching.